Hello, and welcome. I know this is not your typical usual picture, but anyway, I've been cleaning out my car. This may not come as a surprise to some of you, that in my car I would find the remnants of a SuperPET and indeed an 8250 dual disk drive. This SuperPET I did get a little while ago. And what happened? Oh, well, I took the keyboard off, obviously. The main circuit board did not seem to function, and I did carefully remove the SuperPET part of the equation, and I have not yet tested it, so I have it sitting around. There is one thing, though. It's funny, somebody asked me on another video, do I live near an interstate? Well, it's not an interstate, but it's a main road. Anyway, so, yes, I have the SuperPET board and all of its things. The one thing I could not get off at the time when I was first tinkering with this was there are two switches that mount on the right side by the side for things to do with which mode you're in and other such things. And I could not get it off at that time, and I did not. So anyway, for whatever reason, good or bad, I put these two things back in the car because the car was going to sit for the winter. And it did. So as I was tidying and cleaning and such, I'd kind of forgotten they were in here. And because there was other stuff in the car, I didn't immediately see them. But, you know, after a blanket or two got moved and a box or two got shifted, there they were. So from what I remember, the 8050 is just dandy. It looks like it could use a little tidying up cosmetically, probably with, yes, a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. And the SuperPET itself, I will have to assess to see if the monitor is happy and other things. There is unfortunately a blemish towards the right side of the decal, you know, and from what other markings on this machine, it was in a school at some point somewhere, so, you know, such machines had a rough life. So, but, you know, in the past I have found other dead machines that happen to be SuperPETs, and most of the time the main circuit board is not happy because, of course, it is close to the bottom, and if there's any moisture or water, or if it's in a garage or somewhere, that seems to be a spot that can be trouble. But the actual SuperPET circuit board is, whether it be one level or two, is mounted on these metal legs well above the main board, so well away from such terrible things such as moisture and water and such. So I have great success with these other SuperPET boards and having them turn out just fine. And in fact, I have helped other people who had either an 8032 that they wish was a SuperPET, even though it didn't say SuperPET, or other people who've had SuperPET cases without the SuperPET board bring their SuperPET back to life on the 6809 side, because of course they didn't have the board and such. So anyway, as you may know, I have too much stuff, and I am working on it. Firstly, I need to get these out of the car because I want to use the car, and I will figure out where that they are going to go and how I am going to assess them and test them, and then figure out what will become of them. So I would suspect this machine is probably destined to be a donor for parts. For example, if the monitor works, I know I have another 8032 that it seems that the monitor has died on. The decal, unfortunately, isn't in great shape. I will have to check on everything else. But certainly, nothing will be wasted, nothing will go to landfill. and I will do my best to make sure that each and every little bit of anything that somebody can use, whether it be me or somebody else, actually gets used. And the 8050, from what I remember, it works just fine. But, you know, I'll check it over and clean the heads and see what's what. So, there you have it. A SuperPET minus keyboard, minus circuit boards, that wintered in my car, but soon it will go in and it will be assessed, as will the 8050. So stay tuned. We'll see what becomes of both of these, and perhaps even the car. Anyway, thank you for being here, and as always, I welcome comments, questions, criticisms even. I know I have not been able to edit as I would like because the main camera I use... See, here's the situation. In the room I'm in, I don't have room to get behind the camera to look at things and set up the frame and do all that. And the only camera I have that lets me look at the little screen while the camera is facing me has some weird format that the program I have and programs that I have, or I've tried to get, don't like it. They won't work with it. They won't let me edit with it. And any conversion program I found up to this point seems to want to be full of spyware and malware and all kinds of crud. And maybe someday it will actually let you or me edit some of the video. So anyway, I am working on it. But right now I'm working on, I'm filming on my DSLR. It has a flip down screen, but, and I can edit with it, or I can edit the files with it, but it doesn't let me see it from where I'm. That's why in one video recently I mused that I might start shooting in a different room or I've got to find a way that I can see what I'm seeing. And I'm not terribly... It doesn't matter to me if I use whichever camera. It's just I would rather be able to edit. But at the moment, the angle I have, I've got to use the camera I'm using. So, anyway, thank you for being here for this SuperPET moment. Bye for now.